Good morning, friends. One of the first things I do in the morning is greet this young lady. This is Gretchen. This is her little pen. Gretchen stays in a pen, and she loves her pen. She feels very secure in her pen. Gretchen's story is a hard one. There's a lot of people who don't want to hear about animals that have been abused. Gretchen went through 7 years of abuse and neglect, poor medical, if no medical, and being abused and hurt. So when we first adopted her, she was very fear aggressive, it's called. Learned a lot of terms with behaviorists and trainers. She's an amazing little girl, and I'm going to introduce you to her and her journey. Here's her little pen. In her pen, she has a little cushy bed and her pillow and her little lamb. She has little dolls. Now, Gretchen, one of her dislikes is other animals. Other dogs are triggers for her. She didn't like any little things. So putting these in her actually gets her used to having faces around her. And it's a good thing. It lessens some of her triggers with other animals. And believe it or not, it's a big help. Big help. So here's her bowl. She always has a little bowl of water. That's a pad that is washable. I love it. Instead of a wee pad, this is a pad that's washable. So if the water even drips, She's got all babies around with faces that look at her. As I said, she's fear aggressive. Dogs trigger her. Sometimes she'll go in her little hut. That's another wee pad with the paw prints. And we make it nice and cozy for her, and she enjoys it. Where is she? She's still in there? She likes to sit in this room. Look at that face. How can anybody hurt a little girl? It's disgraceful. Then we'll come into, we have a sunroom, which we put a gate up because at times, here, everybody, just so you see, I had to charge the fountain. The dogs have a fountain. Put it in Gretchen's room, but Gretchen doesn't like to drink out of the fountain, and that's fine. Preference. This is the sunroom that Gretchen stays in. It's a very nice room. She has a bed here. She has a little, again, I put faces so she sees things, animals. She has allergies, so we have there we go. It's very good for allergies. You have to, every Monday I clean the filter. Here she is. Here's the little girl. Every Monday I clean the filter. This is called Levoit. Levoit. And it filters out any impurities in the air. As I said, she has allergies. I put the heater on. I put the heater on this morning. So this way she's comfortable and warm in the room. But I keep it on 71. This is not only is this unit is a heater, it's a Frigidaire. It's a heater, but it's also an AC unit. If you have a dormer, heater, AC, excellent. It goes off when it reaches its temperature. There's the little girl. This is her bed. It's one of these outdoor beds, but of course I didn't put it outdoors. I kept it indoors. Purchased on Amazon. Great little bed. A friend of mine was lovely enough to knit this. I call them prayer blankets. And I keep it in here, and she's very cozy in here. She really does like it. I put some more babies in here, and she sleeps with them. I have to have the faces because those are the things that she's afraid of. This is outdoors, and she has more beds with Play-Doh. They have more beds. There's another bed here, another bed there. Here's Miss Gretchen. She has her couch here with her chewy sticks. There's her other, I call them her babies. How are your babies? I put things with faces because her triggers are other dogs. She has her feeding bowl. I'm going to put fresh water in, and we leave hard food. The hard food that Gretchen eats, again, we discussed the cats and the food that I give the cats. The food that I give Plato, who's a Shih Tzu, and Gretchen, who is a silky hair terrier, is Royal Canin. There you go, Yorkshire Terrier food. This is Gretchen, and Plato gets the Shih Tzu hard food. And it's interesting, look at the shape. Look at the shape of the food. It's made for their mouths. But I have to tell you that Gretchen loves Plato's food. Loves it. Here's their clothing. This is if it gets a little chilly. These are jackets. I purchased this from a company that used to be online, Dr. Forster and Smith. I love them. They went out of business. They're not there. As far as I know, they're not there anymore. So I was able to get these coats at Amazon. So these are nice. These are waterproof. There's snow or there is rain. It's great. What I like is that this covers the chest. You want the core of the dog in inclement weather to be warm. And this is warm. Whatever this fabric is, it keeps him very warm, the core. I always feel her stomach to make sure she's warm. We've got some plants in here. These are my pets that have passed away. People have sent us gifts. Yes, I had a dog named Ginger and another dog named Fred. They had my heart, those two. And this is a beautiful piece of art that my grandfather was a sculptor. And he had made that for me. Well, not for me. He had made this piece of art. When he passed, there's another piece of art, too, that my grandfather... There it is. This is another piece of art that my grandfather made. It's beautiful having him. This is another artist. This is not my grandfather. It's another artist. Isn't that lovely? Jazz, huh? And there's another. This is my grandfather as well. He was an author and he was a sculptor and he was a man of many different gifts. Here she is. I'm going to let her out. She doesn't seem to want to go out. There's, on this side of the room where there's a door, there are more clothing. Yesterday was warm, so we had these outfits for the dogs. And you say, oh, you treat them like, well, they are. They're family, and I want to make sure that they're warm. And they're... this is for when we walk them. We put harnesses on them. One of the most important thing is getting the right collar or leash or harness for your animal. The retractable aren't very safe because sometimes the dog takes off on it. It could get hit by a car, believe it or not. Be careful with retractable leashes. I think the rescues, they really like, it's called when I think of the name, I follow a lot of rescues. One of them is 100 Plus Abandoned Dogs of the Florida Everglades. They use I forgot the name of the collar. It's a special collar that they put around the dogs. When I think of it, I'll mention, here she is. She's blending in there, huh? Well, this is her home, and I put the gate up. Not all the time, some of the time. When they're eating, she and Plato, I make sure they're separated because she can intimidate him. And there are just some times that the cats are out, I put the gate up. Although shockingly, we left the cats out, and my husband and I had gone out, and we found that one of the cats jumped in the room with her, Cleopatra, the black cat. What transpired, we will never know. I was very upset because she is triggered by cats. She does not care, but she's been exposed to them. And I've seen her put her head down and walk away when we're there. But you never know how an animal is going to behave when you're not there. And I don't want any injuries occurring. Here are her toys. And I'm going to introduce some methods that we utilize to help build confidence in her. And one of them is an agility course that we put in the backyard. It's a simple one from Amazon.com. But when you're trying to gain trust from an animal who's showing aggressive fear, you have to instill in them trust. And agility training is critical. And it's something you do 20 minutes a day. Really, a dog deserves 20 minutes a day, right, Mama? You ready? Do you want to go out and do pee-pee? Yeah. What a good girl she is. Let me tell you, we are blessed by them and with them, and that's all they need is love and respect. So this is Gretchen. You're going to see her journey. And we're all on this journey together. She's not alone in this. And she is loved and respected, and I treasure her. And she's a great lesson in life for me. She's resilient. We also give other foods to the dogs. Before I let you go, I'll end off on her, but I'm going to show, here's Plato's bed. Oh, she can use it too. I don't care when she's out. But she doesn't. I don't know. For some reason, they know. I used Royal Canin. I found this to be, they love this food. I put it in with their hard food at night. Really love it. It's this Royal Canin small petite dog food. It's in chunks. Some of their treats for training are the Stewart's chicken liver. I have not used the beef liver yet. I generally use the chicken liver. I've used Merrick foods for the dogs at times. These are some of the Merrick foods. They're fussy. There's certain things they'll eat and certain things they won't. They seem to like the Royal Canin adult food back there. And also these are breed-specific foods. This is for the terrier. And this is, where is it? Plato's food is back here, the Shih Tzu food. There's the Shih Tzu food, and isn't that incredible? And this is for the feral cat outside. Gretchen is on I also have a hard food for her that I didn't show you. It's a gastrointestinal food because she did have her liver levels were kind of crazy. So I give her this as a treat, and there's also a hard food, but it's veterinary. The vet has to put it in for it. I give treats to my dogs. My dogs get their treats, and they have a couple of treats for cats, but mostly dogs. This is from Paw Dazzle. Paw Dazzle is a company in New Jersey that is amazing. Here's Paw Dazzle. Paw Dazzle Bakery and Boutique. Do you see that? These are dental chews. They are amazing. I get pumpkin sticks. These are carob and peanut butter chews. I'll show you. They're in here. They're very big sticks. I would not give the whole thing. It's a treat. It depends how big your dog is, but give a part of it. And here they are. Paw Dazzle. Look at that. Peanut butter and carob. Now, we noticed Gretchen's levels going down. Peanut butter and carob help to reduce liver enzyme levels. This is a big, thick chew. I break it up, and I give him and her, little pieces of it. Then we have, am I upside down here? Peanut butter carob. These are also cookies, which she loves. And I'm going to take this out. These are probably, this I've had for a while. Then we have here, whitefish. This is for the cats. Believe it or not, every now and then I give a little bit to, those are from Paw Dazzle in these little containers. Look, oh, she knows. Look at her. Oh, I have to be so careful not to touch this stuff. She knows when I touch her. Her chewies and her delicious snacks. She loves them so much. Paw Dazzle is a fantastic company, and we support it. I think they know me by now. That's how much I order from them. because I don't use, the only other treat I use for a chewy, which it's like, okay, they also have beef jerky for the dog, right? Here's the beef jerky. I get these as a chewy. This is from, Alexa, turn off. Alexa, go home. This is from Amazon. They're fantastic as well. They're all natural, freshy. That's their chewy. And I get then I get their chew sticks. I don't have the package. When I have it, I'll show you. But I also do use the old-fashioned, let's see if I can get one, the milk bone. I will give, even though it's a lot of stuff in it, but they get a tiny little piece of that. That's their food. There's my bag for training that I use. Gretchen is also on, believe it or not, Gretchen is on fluoxetine. She's on fluoxetine. There she is. She takes one a day, and it helps. I will not give it to her because it helps to modify the behavior that she has. And water, breakfast, they get hard food, and sometimes I chop up a little turkey, just fresh turkey, and give them that. And where is she? And sometimes I just, look at him. 7 years. When we adopted her from the rescue, they gave us very little to no information on her, except that she was filled with feces, dry crusted feces. Hair was overgrown. Nails probably hadn't been cut in about a year. Her wicks in her nails were so long. And she smelled terrible. First thing my husband did was put her in the tub, not even knowing the behavior, just put her in our sink and washed her. It was heartbreaking. I've never in my life, I could not believe that, number one, a rescue can hand us an animal like this. And she had, really, the only thing she had was a rabies shot. No blood work, nothing. She sees a, come on, Mom. Come on, let's go out. Let's go out. We're going to go out. Well, let's go do pee-pee. Plato's going to come too. Come on, let's go out. She had full medical. Come on, let's go out and do pee-pee. She had a full medical. And she gets groomed every 7 to 8 weeks. Come on, baby. Yes, she gets groomed every 7 to 8 weeks professionally. Because it's important that people touch her. Because this is a dog that was touched in a very bad way. And I'll get into her story. But I want to thank you for coming on this journey with us. And like, share, and please subscribe to the page. Gretchen's journey is it's continuing as is ours. And we're learning, loving, and be part of our journey with her and with the rest of the crew that's living here. Take care, friends. Subscribe, like, share, and comment. Would love to hear from you. And Gretchen says hi. Do you say hi to everybody? Say hi. Hi, everyone. She's a beautiful girl. Take care, friends. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.